Good evening, everyone, and welcome into the Off the Reins podcast. My name is Ryan Messer, and man, we are at the tail end of the season, guys. We only have two more regular season games, and we're in for it. Probably the two biggest games of the season. I know that we've got the playoffs locked up. However, the rest of the season is going to be rough from here. So, before we get into all that, I want to thank you guys for all the shares and follows and stuff. You guys have been so great this season. I want to continue to implore that you guys like, share, and follow because, like I said, we've got some big things coming up. We've got new podcast, new page. So we're still gonna keep the Off the Reins podcast. It's just after the playoffs and the championship, we are gonna move to every other week, like we did during the off season. So um, overall, though, thank you guys for all of your support. I can't do this without you guys. And other than that, before we get too far into what happened during week 8. We're going to jump right on into the Birmingham Sports Brief brought to us this week by Blue Spring Living Water. Jumping right on into it with the Birmingham Barons of the MILB, where the Birmingham had hosted Chattanooga Lookouts. Um, Unlike the previous meeting, we wound up winning the series this time 5-2, with the first and last games Birmingham losing. However, we did win 5, and we are still number 1 in the Southern League North and overall in the Southern League. So that's big for us. We need to maintain that because that's going to come big. I know it's still early in the season. We've got a lot of baseball to play. But like I said, we've got to maintain and keep our head above water because this is really a big competitive league. So Birmingham's doing really good. They're playing great baseball. Their pitchers have a combined ERA of 2.56. That's better than most just single pitchers. So that's a combined ERA for the entire team. So that's amazing. And then, like I said, we're number 1 in the league. So, and that's even without Brian Ramos, who got called up for Chicago. So, this week we did wind up picking up 2 new players. It was 2022 first round draft pick by the White Sox, who is the number 2 prospect in for the Chicago White Sox, Noah Schultz. Think he's a right-handed pitcher, so it's great to have him aboard. Welcome to Birmingham. And then we also picked up Jacob Gonzalez, 2023 first-round pick. So it's great to see those 2 guys. Welcome to Birmingham. I'm ecstatic to see you guys play. So ready to see you guys. So if you guys haven't made it out to a game, make sure you guys get out there. It's such an amazing time. We've got new ownership, but the new ownership has local ties, and they haven't changed much. So the only thing that's changed over a few times is some of the promotionals, but for the main part, it's staying the same. Like Friday Fireworks is the same, Wet Nose Wednesdays, and then Thirsty Thursdays, and then Sunday, of course, Family Sunday, where the kids can run the bases. So all that's still the same. But make sure you guys get out there, support the Barons. They're a great team to watch. It's always fun to watch those guys get out there, just spend the day out there at Regents Field. On to the Legion FC. The Legion was set to take on the Charleston Battery on Wednesday, where they wound up falling 1-0 in full time. However, that Charleston is the number one team in the league right now, so this is probably a team we'll probably see later on in the league and the again. So um, this Legion team is actually pretty good. It's I don't think it's as good as previous teams, but it's still early in the season, so we got a lot of soccer to play, football. Um, but we actually had a uh, double header on Wednesday, where the Legion Two wound up debuting their uh, team, and that led to a 1-1 draw. So it was great to see that those guys got out there and they were able to play. And then the women's football club, the Three Sparks, wound up winning this weekend. The scored 3-1. So it's great to see those ladies get out there and winning as well. So everything to support our local teams, guys. Um, the local teams help our economic situation, so we need to support local sports. That's why I do what I do here. Um, so make sure you guys get out there and support those guys. So um, it's always good to support local teams. Um, Something else that's good to support is Blue Spring Living Water. Guys, it's getting hot. It was 90 something degrees out there today. So make sure you guys stay hydrated. Blue Spring Living Water can deliver water right to your door every month. You can get it at your local grocer. They've got the 5-gallon bottles. They've got um, the 20 ounce. So make sure you guys get out there and email or go to Blue Spring Living Water website. It's going to be in the description. Support those guys because it's locally sourced here in Birmingham or over in Blount County. And guys, it's better than tap water. And we've heard all the things that's been going on with the tap water lately. So make sure you guys get out there and support those local companies there and Blue Spring Living Water. On to the Birmingham Stallions. Guys, this was a crazy game. This was the first time Birmingham Stallions have ever swept Houston. As you guys know, during the merger, the Houston Gamblers wound up staying on as a team. However, the name took on the name of the Roughnecks. So I know that was a big thing in Houston that they wanted to keep the Roughnecks name. So it was great to see that Birmingham was finally able to uh, sweep these guys because we've had a rough time with those guys. They were the last team to beat us. So to beat those guys 2 times in a season, it's amazing. It's hard to beat a team 2 times in the same season. Which we're about to have to play a team 3 times in the season here coming up. But before we get to that, I want to stay on this game. We saw this got off to a decent start, and then we kept shooting ourselves in the foot for this continuously shooting ourselves in the foot between interceptions, penalties. It's not like um, Adrian Martinez to throw an interception, but when he does, it's always costly. That set up points for Houston. as well as a uh, fumble by Larry Roundtree, which was costly as well. Um, then we had two unsportsmanlike or an unsportsmanlike and a personal foul penalty against Birmingham. So I mean, it seems like this team could be so much better, but we continuously shoot ourselves in the foot and just I mean, we get on a run, we're getting good, hitting on all cylinders, and then boom, we wind up doing something to negate majority of it. So um, where we go from there, I know Coach Holtz said that he's working with the guys to make sure that they're mentally uh, there in as far as trying to make sure that they celebrate with the team, not just running out, ripping your helmet off after you make a stop on third down. uh, so he was talking about that on at post game and today in a press conference today. So, um, but overall, it was a really good game. These guys are playing with passion. Amari Rogers, dude, comes off the injury. First uh, kick return he takes, runs it up to midfield. So it was amazing to see that guy. He had a couple receptions this past Saturday. So it was great to see him come off the injury and actually making some good progress and really doing well. Adrian Martinez, dude, is something else. He keeps padding his uh, stats for and really just adding to his resume for MVP. A lot of people are kind of hesitant on that, but this man right here is definitely MVP material. But like I said, he is MVP material. Um, he catches guys on the fly. He puts the ball where only the receiver can get it. Like I said, it's rare that you see him get a get intercepted, but and usually some majority of the time it's due to not fault of his own. So um, overall, this man right here has got, I mean, a big resume for his for MVP material right there. I know he's going to be in the running for it, but uh, something else this weekend. We had the um, shirtless guys back at the in the fourth quarter, and here's what Coach Holtz had to say about them.
It was a heck of a football game. If you wanted a good football game, you got a chance to see it. So I thought the crowd was great there at the end of the game. It was great for the noise that they made, being involved. I don't know who that group is under the end zone. You can't help but to see them. I mean, none of them has a shirt on, and they have bodies like me. So I mean, but they are making noise. They're having fun. It's great to see. That's what this is all about.
Yeah, but like he said, it's great to see those guys out there. ESPN been talking and Fox been talking about how new traditions and stuff like that. So it's great to see this blossoming there. Um, it's fun to watch. So it's bringing people together, and you got the Horsemen, now you've got this. So it's great to see all the fans out there and all of that. So this game, like I said, this game had everything, but it was so entertaining. It was good football. Even Coach said in the post game press conference that if you wanted some good football, you have it right there. So um, if there's anything else that you wanted that you can't get it in this league, even the NFL, because this was such a good game. Everybody playing with passion, hitting on all cylinders. But I know that we found out this week that we are going to get home field to take on the Michigan Panthers. So the USFL conference championship game will be held in Birmingham. I know season ticket holders already have access to the tickets for it, and I think tickets are about to go on sale now. So head to the UFL.com and check out. Make sure you get your tickets. We need that place packed because we do not need. We need packed for the last two home games, because we cannot lose either game. We got to keep our momentum. We got to keep our spirits high. Keep our spirits high, and make sure these guys know that we're cheering them on, because we've got at least three more games, and they're all three against high level opponents. San Antonio in the playoffs, so they're gonna be we're gonna have to go to the Alamo Dome, which they said that the Alamo Dome don't have that many people. They hit more people last week than we did, so and it gets loud in there because it is a dome, so that sound's gonna resonate. So make sure when they come back to Protective that we're supporting those guys. But another thing we found out this week is that we have all four teams locked in for the playoffs. Everybody's upset because they're afraid, the next few weeks are not going to be worth anything to watch. The ratings are going to go in the toilet. I don't believe so, because I think we're going to see some teams try some new things, like with Arlington maybe taking out Luis Perez to see what other how the other guys are doing. But that's what Coach Holtz has been doing all season. So swapping out players, and that's why they're staying healthy. I know San Antonio's hurt right now, but they could easily wind up beating us this weekend. That's playoff football. Birmingham has got to take on those guys. Then you've got a big slate. But here's what we've got for the playoffs. And ironically, week 10, we have got an actual repeat of both of these games. So week 10 is going to actually feature Birmingham taking on Michigan, and then the Brahmas taking on the Battlehawks. So it's going to be great to see those guys, see all of the action this week. But I know everybody's saying that just because everything's locked in, that doesn't mean anything. I think we're still going to see really high level football and really competitive games both these next 2 weeks of the regular season. And then we go into the playoffs, which you'll see. I think the week 10 may determine what home field will be for the XFL, but overall, I think it's going to be really good to see repeats of these two games. I don't think it's going to be the same game back-to-back weeks, because I think we're going to see all four of these teams are really good and have played at high level. That's why they are where they are, and have actually separated themselves from the pack. by not just winning, not just winning, trying to. These guys are both these teams are actually mentally um, sound because they don't let the outside noise get to them. So it's great to see how well this season has gone. Kudos to everybody that was involved in the front office. So another thing that we found out this week, actually yesterday, was that Colby Wadman is coming back. Um, I hate to see Drew Chrisman leaving. However, Colby Wadman has been with the Stallions for 3 years. He got injured. They let him go, and he's back with the team. So it's great to see him back. And with the team, I wish the best to uh, Drew Chrisman and whatever his endeavors are. Um, I know it's been kind of rough for him. I know he posted a few things on social media, um, but he's very much a passionate player. I hope he gets picked up by someone, whether it be in the off season with the UFL, maybe the CFL, even maybe a NFL team. So he's a really good dude. I wish him the best. Uh, all of that. So um, overall, though, guys, make sure that you guys are uh, watching the games. I know that this past week we didn't have the best as numbers as far as viewership. Um, Everybody saw that it was going to be a 1-17 or a 1-6 taking on a 8-0 team. So um, or 7-0 team. So it was great to see that. I mean, I wish we had better numbers, but it was great to see that the numbers in the stadium were decent. Um, we wound up having over 10,000, so it was great to see that. But like I said, keep loading the stands. If you can't make it out to San Antonio, head out to the back 40 where they're going to have the watch party. The horsemen are going to be out there. They're going to have giveaways and stuff like that. So make sure you guys head out there. A lot of fans are going to be out there. We are not going to be able to make it this week. Unfortunately, we have other obligations. But we will be at hopefully the next two games. I see a lot of people making a shout out to me when they see me on the sidelines and all. Uh, I love that when you guys come talk to me and stuff like that. It's awesome to see that you guys are recognizing me and all. So, but let's make sure that we um, keep this momentum going into the postseason and the last two games of the season, and then into the postseason because these guys they're this 1-0 mentality that Coach Holtz has instilled in these guys is insane because they do not know. They don't care what the score is. They don't care what the record is. They're going to continue to fight no matter what. So, like I said, make sure you guys get out there. This is a really incredible team, uh, historic team. Coach Holtz has won more games in that stadium than anybody else. So support the team. Make sure you are following everything on social media because they're doing really good with social media this year. So it's great to see that um, even during practices and stuff, we get to see insight on the practices. So make sure you guys are staying in tune with the team and all of that. As for me, I will see you guys next week on the Off the Reins podcast. And giddy up.